Good morning, YouTube. It's another wonderful day in Texas. It's just unbelievable. It's had a nice warm night and didn't even need any heat last night. It never did get below 65. I just got up immediately, opened all the windows and doors, and it's just great, just marvelous. Perfect temperature, and get outside and just enjoy the outdoors. And got out and ran 2 miles and did my exercises and now I'm ready for a good cup of coffee and a nice breakfast with eggs and pancakes. And I'm going to fix up some of this Organo Gold Columbia roast this morning. Have a little K-cup maker, a little Presto Maggio that I use, and I just put that K-cup in it, and it just snaps in there, and then you don't have to fool with any grounds or anything. It's just a little K-cup like this with a Organo Columbia roast, and it really works marvelous. And I'm just having a great time this morning. I'm just so full of energy. I just got so much happiness. It's just I've been basking in infinite mind. I was meditating on infinite mind last night when I went to sleep, and it was still with me when I got up. It just a new exhilaration when I got up this morning, and just immediately continued what I was meditating on the night before. It just immediately come back to me. That's the way infinite mind is. There's no interruption in infinite mind. There's no interruption in the substance and the joy and the happiness which infinite mind continues to feed us. Just out of our innermost being, it just flows all of this joy and happiness and energy. It just keeps us on a wonderful high all the time. And so I'm going to listen to a little bit of Tanya Love this morning and see what she has to say. I know that'll be marvelous. And if I could get any higher, well, I certainly will. Hearing her, she always lifts me up. And so I'm going to snap my little. Now this is all these cups. This is not caffeine. We don't need caffeine. Infinite Mind supplies all our energy. This is this utilizes Ganoderma lucidium, which is an herb, which provides a natural energy, which is a whole lot better, 10 times better than any caffeine, and doesn't give you the heart palpitations, doesn't give you the nervousness, doesn't give you all the problems of withdrawal and down periods that caffeine does. And so it's just going to be marvelous. I can get a natural uplift from this, and then listen to Tanya Love. It just snaps in. You want to hear that snap? That punches the hole, and then when you put this in, it gets the hole in the top, and it just goes right through, and you never have to fool with any grounds. And so it's just marvelous. So we're going to see what she has to say and see if we can how much more enthusiastic we can get this morning. I know she'll be enthusiastic. She always is.
I'm not getting the things I want out of life. It's because I'm not working for it. And so that's a scary place to be. And I think that's why people don't always choose their independence, because that makes them responsible for their own lives. And that's scary.
That's actually such a great point that you touch on, because that's exactly what I've observed with every form of denying responsibility, whether it's in a corporation or it's in a relationship or how someone's leading a country. At whatever level we look at it with, it could be parents with their children. There is that sense of responsibility, and when you're really being true to self, you have to step in and take that responsibility and own your choices. And I feel like the difference between an empowered being that truly, I don't really look at success the way a lot of humans tell me to, which means you make just a lot of money or have a lot of people worship you or, have a lot of stuff. But I look at true success as how empowered are you and how responsible are you for your choices, and are you aware and really claiming your stuff? Like, do you really own your stuff? And that's something I feel like you're really learning right now. Isn't that awesome?
It's awesome. And I'll reiterate like the thing that I told you earlier about just feeling this time around. Like, I've always known about the law of attraction and manifesting things, but I truly feel now that I used to want like specific outcomes, and that's what I was working for. So like, I wanted this, amount of money. I wanted this car. I wanted this boyfriend, this career. And now I am really, what I'm trying to manifest is really a state of being, like a quiet, confident, like level of peace that just kind of radiates outward. And being kind of a beacon of love. And that's what I want that first. And I feel like then I can appreciate anything more material that comes my way. Because I've had a lot of material successes and not the happiness that was supposed to come with it. So.
Yay. And that's so awesome that you really see that, because some people can spend a lifetime, actually lifetimes, chasing what I call chasing the carrot. And they're always after that next fix, that next thing they need to reach, that next certificate, that next award, that next something. And honestly, It doesn't matter how much stuff we accumulate. It doesn't really make us feel at ease or really like a sense of peace, like you're saying. And so it's such an amazing thing that you're learning that right now, because I feel like it's going to help guide you more in your relationships and in whatever career direction you go. It will be more about the peace and the joy than about what you need to accumulate or who you need to impress, which is going to be so good for you. It's going to be such a shift in your experience.
I think it's a very, like I said, like this feels very important and it feels very significant, and I think that that's why. So I'm just asking my angels to like continue helping me see more clearly and shift some old stuff and burn the past, like we were saying today, and moving forward.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm really proud of you. I actually drew a card that I feel goes so with where you are right now, Sarah. It's from my new Isis Oracle cards, and this one says, "Stay true and be in your power." And I'll just show you what it looks like. So I'm going to read this to you, and anything that feels like it really hits you, if you want to jot it down or anything, but listen to this, everyone listening, but I really feel this is also really directed at Sarah's energy right now. So this one says, "You are a sovereign divine being with spiritual authority and freedom within you. You do not need permission from anyone to be who you are or to live your life as you choose. This is your divine birthright. Guard it as the precious treasure that it is, and remember that you are a divine being. The flail and crook, often held by Osiris, are symbols of divine royalty and dominion. These symbols remind us that within we hold great dominion, spiritual authority, and freedom to be the sovereign ruler of our own self. This does not mean that we have to control life or to control others or even the environment around us, but it does give us complete and utter choice to become as spiritually awake, free, and self-determined as we wish to be, as well as providing us with complete choice as to what our values and actions will be in this lifetime. There is no permission required from anyone apart from yourself to be and live your truth. There are many voices that will test you on the journey, from illusory shackles of fear, loss, or abandonment that may hold you back or tempt you into giving your power away to others. You shall awaken from the testing into the realization of spiritual independence within. Of course, there is more to spiritual authority than just recognizing that it lies within you. There are times when you must act on it, guard it, and protect it, which means recognizing when others seek to exert influence over you for their own reasons or agenda, or when you are being manipulated out of your own authority, becoming blind to your own power of choice and instead believing that things just are the way that they are and that you cannot question or query. Sometimes during such challenges, to wield the crook and flail to exert one's own spiritual authority requires that you stand your ground and remain true to your knowing. This is not about achieving a certain outcome or attempting to control something or someone, or even forcing things to be as you wish they could be. Standing your ground means always telling yourself the truth and not selling out or giving away something that has genuine spiritual truth and meaning for you. It is not about making another see things the same way as you do. It is about honoring your own truth, and if your truth is wise enough to include compassion, then honoring the other, even when the other disagrees with you or seeks to harm you out of their fear. You do not have to challenge another in order to honor your truth or your inner authority. If you feel that another has to agree with you in order for your authority to be intact, then it isn't genuine inner authority at all. The fact that you don't need to have the agreement of others in order to live an empowered life can be a liberating realization in itself. Yet there are times when life can feel like an assault against your truth, and many may challenge you. For those souls who have come to master spiritual authority this lifetime, there is a test: to remain true without becoming dogmatic, to honor what you know is true without minimizing, judging, or dismissing the truths of another that may be different to yours, but just as true for them. You have the power to create your own reality and don't need permission from anyone else to do it. Honor your spiritual sovereignty. Let the Lady Isis help you find your spiritual authority and help you with your freedom of choice now. If you have pulled, I'm not going to read this part because it's like we didn't pull that card. Let's see. You are guided to exercise care and discernment about any issue that feels like it is compromising your sense of self and personal power in such relationships, which I feel Sarah just went through that. That issue is a soul, that issue is a soul healing trying to happen. Do you kind of see that now, Sarah, that relationship was to actually pull to the surface the soul healing trying to happen?
Oh, yeah, I felt it the entire time. There was always stuff coming up between us that were like, oh, there's another thing that I had buried or triggered.
That's awesome, though. I'm really proud of your awareness because it all comes down to that. That's what's helping you shift through it. So you're shifting through this so gracefully this time around because of that awareness, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's been a lot. Easier maybe isn't the right word, but more like empowered, it makes more sense. There's more clarity around it this time than other breakups that I've had.
Awesome. Okay, the last part of this message says look within to see if you can grow through this in some way. There is much self-confidence trying to emerge from within you. Seeking to hand over any responsibility for your own well-being to another can be a tricky and ultimately self-destructive path. Even though it may seem to start off as a relief of stress about some concern or another, this card also guides you to take responsibility for your health into your own hands. Advice from health professionals, doctors can be helpful and sometimes can be mistaken. It is up to you to decide for yourself how you wish to work with your body. Don't be scared. Listen to the advice given by other professionals, but remember, your life is your spiritual gift. Don't be afraid to live it in your own way. And then the little meditation part that it offers is to find a peaceful place where you can sit comfortably without being disturbed. Close your eyes and imagine that you can start with that awareness at your heart, and it can travel down through your body, touching your navel with light, all the way down through your feet until it forms roots into the earth. Allow these roots of light to travel up through your body to your heart and then to your throat chakra. Imagine the light growing in your throat and gently expanding out in all directions, creating an aura of light around you. Say, internally or aloud, I now choose of my own free will to honor my authority, responsibility, freedom, and strength. I now choose to take back my power and my authority. I respect myself, I honor my power, and I allow myself to have full spiritual authority in all areas of my life.
I like that. Hello?
Something happened to her internet and it disconnected. Hold on, Sarah. So did you follow that link? Did you see the link I sent you?
Yeah, I didn't see it until I'd already logged on to my other computer, though.
All right, so just copy it, so that you would have.
It's fine on my computer, so that's fine. So next time I'll keep that in mind.
What's that?
There you are.
Did you lose me for a sec?
Oh, we lost you. You're still not there.
Oh, hold on. Well, I saw my picture.
Oops.
Am I back?
Now you're back.
Okay, so how much of that did she hear? Where did you last hear me talking?
I heard, I think it went to the end of the meditation that you, I thought I heard most of it. It sounded like it was done, but then it just went silent after that.
Okay. Well, basically, you got the gist of it, like you're claiming back your power, calling back all that energy and breaking any vows or contracts that you made with others. And then the last part of it's got an incantation, and it says, you can say this to break any vow of this or another lifetime. You will sense those past vows as an inner block or drain that can keep you captive to a relationship or relationship patterns that you know no longer serve you, but you cannot seem to break through, as though you are somehow tied to it beyond your conscious will.